We are here. The life has let us in. Life is good. Hope you're having a beautiful day today. If you were not able to take a moment to share a smoke for John Harden, then you're okay. You still got some time tonight. Hello, Peterson Piper. How you doing, brother? Nice. I got my happy hour shirt on. I've got some things planned and some special treats. It's going to be awesome. Aaron, great to see you. Cody, great to see you as well. Paul, welcome in, brother. Man, this is going to be good. I'm excited, guys. I've got stuff written down. Got some shout outs to do. It's going to be good. We will go an hour, maybe two, and I'll cut it off at 10 p.m. Eastern. But I just want to do a nice service for John and his family. Welcome, Dark Lord. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, man. We'll let some people come in. Some more people. And then we'll get started. It has been a good day. This is it's something funny because this was one of the nicest days of the week. Very peaceful. We got to see some people we hadn't seen in a little while, a couple weeks. Oh man, it's been a really peaceful day. Everybody has just been laid back and very friendly today, through our town and through areas and running some errands and stuff. It's just a great day. Very peaceful, and things were just working out. Like, we had change in plans like 4 times, and it was like, wow, everything just worked out really well. Hiking Pipes, welcome in. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you. I'll give people just about 2 more minutes to get in, and then we'll start the event here. And you're moderating both lives. Well, Paul, you are a heck of a team player, man. I will say that. So while we're waiting, I'll share a couple things with you guys. So I did not realize, as you know, I've watched all of John Harden's videos, and maybe it's just I overlooked something, or sometimes if there's information you're not really looking for, you kind of tune some things out here and there. I didn't recall him making his own pipes. And it was making me crack up because I've been looking into pipe making, as many of you know, and been talking with Phil and been talking with Tim Pollock and watching videos like crazy. And I'm like, it was just really funny that I happened to run into a Matches video I must have missed where he was referring to making his own pipes, and he had a couple of beautiful pipes. And I'm like, what timing that I totally forgot about that video or missed it. And then he just, it happens to be that it was one that showed up for me. It was really cool. Ben, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, I remembered seeing 2. I remembered 2 of his pipes, and I rewatched a video the other day and saw 2. He had some beautiful pipes. So I was going through to try to see if I could find some more of those. Zippo, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Southern Piper, welcome in. I got some new faces in here. Great to have you guys. And today was good. I found a couple of pages of my blending pages that had fallen off of one of my notebooks. And then I recalled there was a video that Matches did, and he made some of his own blends here and there. And there was one blend that he had, and he liked it. It was one he made more than once. But I'm gonna try to mimic the blend. I don't know the percentages. I just thought I'd try it. But he used. Oh man. Well, I'll have to check back and make sure I'm subbed to you. I think I still am. Smoking Kai Piper, welcome in. Welcome in. What a nice welcome, Donald. What a great group, guys. My goodness, Dingus. How you doing, brother? So, since Dingus is working, so we're going to start the show now officially. So I wanted to bring some attention to a couple of things, but I need to do this shout out ahead of schedule. I had shout outs planned, but I need to do this shout out so Dingus hears it. Dingus is such a giving guy, and he was able to help me out with some tobaccos I had never had. And he sent me a very generous box. And one of the blends that John Harden made was C&D Red Virginias with McClellan's Perique. And Mr. Dingus happened to help me out with some McClellan's Perique. So I'm going to make that blend and try it. Now, I do have Savinelli's. I don't have the Friday Savinelli shape, even though that is one of my favorite shapes. I do have a Molina, but I did bring Savinelli's because what would it be, right? So, two pipes I really enjoy. This is, you guys will recognize, the Savinelli saxophone. And there is something about John Harden and Sergeant Savinelli that just, they touch a pipe and it turns to something magic. Chain Smoker, welcome in, brother. And Jeff, welcome in. This is awesome, guys. Thank you for your support for John. Thank you for supporting the channel and the YTPC, all that good stuff. Another pipe I have, I just really like, it feels like a sipper, is this little Savinelli. And this is it is. Okay, I wanted to say 611, but I always mix things up. 611 KS Lucite. So I got my little ashtray. And I got my blending bowl. And we're going to mix up some of this John Harden blend. And wow, you are awesome, Dingus. You've been a good friend, buddy. A long time. So I'm going to play something you guys may recognize now. This is a little bit of John Harden's last Friday Night Live, January 24th of 2020. So I'm going to play it for you guys to hear. You may hear some of your names in here. And I'm going to blend this up, and we'll go from there. If it wants to work for me. All right.
Daniel T. George Tiedman.
If it's too loud or you can't hear it, just let me know.
Fred B. Warp Valley Boy. Mark in Rhode Island. How you doing? Bona Piper. And Brad. Pipes and Kayaks. We had our usual Friday morning chat this morning. Hey, Sarge. Look at that. Vinny is in the house. Must have a little time off or he's in between shifts. Barry Becker. We got a little announcement from Barry. So Barry, don't go anywhere.
Oh, nice hiking
People might
pipes.
be trying to get a hold of you after I make your announcement. Sarge has the night off. Very good. Red Devil 2579. WV Grizzly B Conrad. Lots in the house there. 83 to be exact. Let's get rid of this. And I hope everybody has plenty to say tonight, because my list is short. But we will start with Barry Becker, who's in the house.
Nice, Jerome.
He has acquired a 1926 tin of Philip Morris Revelation sealed, 1 1/4 ounce tin, which he would like to unload on somebody. Anybody who's interested, I guess, type out Barry's name and then say you're interested. Barry, you'll have to keep your eyes open on the chat.
Reed Bender, welcome
and
in, brother.
Hopefully everything works out well.
All right, so I'm blending. So anybody coming in knows, just so you guys know, this is a John Harden blend, provided generously by Dingus McSwine, are the McClellan Perique, and it is mixed with C&D Red Virginia. Very nice, Zippo. No problem, buddy. And it is, Cody, it is crazy because it really feels to me like it could have been like a couple months ago or maybe a year. Maybe. But I got my haunted bookshop here too. And you know what? I'm going to smoke that first. I'm going to smoke that first. Because this is the time to do it. I'll set this John's blend aside and I'm going to smoke it in, well, because this would be more, I think, of a pipe that John would enjoy because it's more of a sipper. And the stem is incredibly comfortable, and I kind of I could just picture that more, you know? See if I can keep my head above water and half organized here. Dan Lopez, welcome. Nope, we're doing a bowl call right now. Dan Lopez, welcome in. A bowl of Marlin Flake at the moment. Very nice. Thanks to Little Fat Morgan, I got to try that. And that was fantastic. Thank you, Zippo. I know I cleaned this one because if it's one I haven't smoked in a while, I know I always go back and eventually clean it. So I just want to make sure that tonight, if there's any little bit that was left, yeah, see, there isn't much. That's pretty good. That it doesn't interfere with our festivities. But yes, this is just a nice little smoker. And, you know, I love sippers. I think they're my favorite pipes other than lip hangers. And then I end up turning them into lip hangers because I like to clench pipes. But this is light enough, I could get away with it. All right. Yeah. They get crazy with how they carry stuff. Let's see. Reed Bender has Country Squire Merriweather Burley blend in his Friday Savinelli. Awesome. You know, he was part of an inspirational deal for me. I had a a Sunday Savinelli. It was my Savinelli Series 3. And, you know, now that I look at it, it's kind of funny because I actually misplaced that one. I'm pretty sure it's inside. I could have lost it outside. I'm almost sure it's inside. But it's kind of funny. In my first, now that I think about it, first Sunday Savinelli is lost as well. And that's the only pipe I have lost and not been able to find. London Burley Blend and your number 50 matches. Oh, that's cool. You got a whole number on that one, or an even number. 673. Isn't that a great shape? John had great taste in pipes, guys. You guys know that. Oh my goodness, Briar'd Report, welcome. You've got Haunted Bookshop and a Savinelli 673. Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go back on. I've kind of got things written down so we can cover things. There's still ample time for whatever, because that's just what we do. That's how John did it. You jump in and you just went with it sometimes. So this is Haunted Bookshop. Now this is, that's kind of funny. This is about 2 years age. It's about a year. Let's see, it's January. I got this in February of, this is almost 2 years, about a year and 11 months, guys. Haunted Bookshop. It's almost empty. So that's pretty cool. Welcome in. And I'm glad to see the turnout. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you being here. All right. So what I went ahead and did, here's what I was trying to work out. And I'll get the shout outs in a moment, but one of those shout outs ties into this. So keep that in mind. I wanted to get a link for all of John's videos. And I thought, I'll go through and I'll make a list of like my favorite ones. And there are usually about 3 or 4 that come to mind right away. But as I got looking, it ended up being in the 20s. And I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work. If I put all these links to those videos, it's going to go crazy. So what I did was make, and this is in big part to Peter Piper NYC. Check out his video. He did a very, very nice, very fitting Matches Tribute Smoke video. And I didn't want to mess up my live. This isn't a very powerful laptop. I didn't want to try to incorporate the video into it and have it mess something up when we had this all planned out. So his video is also in my playlist. There's a playlist called Matches860 Videos. It's on my channel in my playlists. I will add more videos to it. I'm just starting with some of the ones that I really like. I didn't get to the Sarge and with matches ones yet, but I'm kind of going through it again and just giving it more thought. But he's got his own playlist in mine, and Peter Piper NYC, his video is in there. So if you guys want to check it out, feel free. And thank you for that. Oh, and here's the man. There he is. Peter Piper NYC. You made an awesome video, and I appreciate your support and your message. Your video is in a playlist titled Matches860 Videos, saved in my playlist, and I will continue to add more of John's videos as I revisit more of them and I don't want to just throw one in there. I want to see them myself so they keep that real good meaning for me. Edwin, welcome in. Yes, Peter made a great video. And one time I figured out how to put a video in the video, but it was in a Google Meet and I didn't want to mess it up. on the video. So I will tinker with that when I have some more time. Make sure I got it polished so I can do as nice a job as you did, I hope. Yeah. And I will make a video after this. It should post tonight. And it will just be special thanks. And I'll mention some names, some shout outs, and put some links. And that's all. So the video is going to be just kind of, here's some links for you guys to check out, sort of thing. Very, very nice. I'm smoking a 611 KS Lucite sipper with some Haunted Bookshop. And I will say, I've tried Haunted Bookshop over the years, and I've gotten sourness, and I've gotten... At first, I think, sometimes you get a hype, or some people really love a tobacco, and you think it's going to be like this. And you get it, and you're expecting one way so much that it's almost a letdown. But I've been getting more appreciation for Haunted Bookshop. Southern Viper. Isn't that special, Zippo? And I do have a Molina 673. But I really liked that Matches pipe. But I also have my Savinelli saxophone ready to go. All right. So it was really cool that I found a video that John had made pipes. And I really wanted to share that with you guys because I was like, wow, the timing is incredible. And there was another video I noticed today. And today was crazy. It was like I woke up, took a while to get steadied out, went outside, marked some panels to cut. Couldn't do the cutting yet today. I just went up for it. And the day just slowly got a little bit faster and faster and faster and faster. And then it slowed way down so I could have enough time to get home, get everything all ready, and be comfortably ready to go. And on the way home, I watched a video of John talking about pipe cake. Now, this video was 10 years ago. And it's really fun to watch something. There's something about John where he doesn't change really who he is the whole career he has. And pipes, he's like the same dude from 10 years ago to 2 years ago. And it's really wonderful in his videos. Welcome, Onion. Good to have you, brother. Very nice. Yeah, so for any of you joining, feel free to share with us what you're smoking it in, and what was a favorite, or whether your most favorite, or what immediately comes to mind for a favorite Matches860 video. My number one for myself is the video. Yeah, let's do the official bowl call. I got stuff. I got metal things around here. Probably not good that I have metal things around here, but I do. Oh, that's kind of dinky. That's just as dinky. Can I get a clang, Mr. Glass? Ooh, that's sharp. Bowl call. Savinelli honey. I have one of those as well. I have it buried in my pipe glasses case thing. I've got a couple of things on the lid, so I don't want to lift it right now. I almost took it out of there today. Yes. That one, yes, with the running freezer and that. And it just kept going that whole time. Wasn't that hilarious? And you know what was really funny? And I have to thank you, Peter Piper, for reminding me of that video. Because it really did choke me up when I saw it again a little while ago. And the way John's talking and there's the music and he's like, it's a sad day. And there's just that kind of guy can make you tear up and laugh at the same time, you know, in the same moment. Filled to the brim with haunted bookshop. Very nice. Marlin Flake. Bent Billiard. Always nice. Marlin Flake is a very excellent flavored tobacco. A nice press. McBaron London Burley. And you have, oh, yep, that's right. You had the number 50 commemorative pipe. That's cool. Yes, we need to give that. I appreciate that. So I wrote down a whole bunch of shout outs. And why don't we start with that? But I'm going to start the start of that list with Eddie Gray, because Eddie Gray did a huge, wonderful service to the YTPC, to the new people coming in, and the fans of Matches860 by setting up those pipes like that. That was wonderful. Absolutely. Absolutely, Peter. Yep, that's the one, Donald. And he'd speak by those stones, you know. And I'm like, I feel like that'd be me. Like, I just kind of want to go be lost off in the background and enjoy a pipe and what the heck, you know. And Eddie picked the best picture. And seeing that picture of John Harden reminds me of my grandpa, because when there was a picture done for him, you know, it's just one of those things for the funeral. It was the perfect picture. So it always makes me think back to my grandpa, and I was very close with him. So it's just kind of a neat little thing that ties in one more thing when I see that kind of picture, especially with Matches, this nice older guy. And, you know, we all know he went too young, but the saying is the good die young. So he was too good to keep going. He's just ornery enough to stick around and enjoy himself with us. Welcome in, Greg. Great to have you, buddy. Yeah, and 4 inches of snow. And I almost lost mine in some snow. I could have. See, when or it wasn't snow, it was grass. So it had snowed on a weird day. And it was like just this flurry that passed through. And we got all sorts of rain. And then we got moisture from that. And then the grass and the weeds and everything bloomed. And then we were having to cut grass like crazy. And I swear I put my Sunday Savinelli in my shirt pocket. And I leaned down and went under a road grader that we had parked. And so I could make sure there was nothing in the grass so I could move the mower under there. And then I didn't find my pipe, but I didn't realize that I didn't have my pipe until after I was inside. So I've been still kind of going crazy here and there. I mean, I could have stuck it on my shoe shelf in a boot. Like, that's just where I put stuff. Greg, what you smoking, sir? I got some haunted bookshop. My nice little 611 KS little smoker. So we're going to go to the shout outs here. Peter Piper NYC for that great video. Salute to Matches860. And give a shout out to Ohio's Sweet Muffins Mafia Piper, who has so far had like 3 or 4 different versions of that name with Sweet Muffins in it in the last week. He's been great support. He's helped fill in lives if I couldn't make them. He's always there. He's always checking on me. If I'm a little bit later to a live, he'll send me a message asking if I'm going live. He always offers to cover if I need him to. And he was a good friend of Matches as well. Paul the Piper, good to see you, buddy. And Paul the Piper, oh, nothing yet. Well, I'm smoking some Haunted Bookshop myself, and I made a John Harden blend that I'm going to try next in my Savinelli saxophone, which is McClellan's Perique and C&D Red Virginia. Hey, Phil, welcome in, brother. It's funny, when I'm going to do a shout out, the person shows up. It's fantastic. This is like the perfect night. So, anyway, Jeff is a really good contributing member to this because he was there from early on supporting people and he didn't change. That's what I respect a lot. If you look at Matches860, all of his videos from start to end, he acts the same, talks to you like you're there. He didn't change. And I think that's the best thing. There's that saying, people change, they try to do better, this and that. And I agree, everybody does try, as long as you keep trying to progress. But his soul just never changed. I swear, that guy was probably the exact same from like middle school all the way up. Bacon old fashioned? Heck yeah, Greg. Well, what a lovely sentiment, Aaron. So Chronicles of a Pipe Maker is Aaron. Some of you may have known him early on as Briar'd. And since I met him, he was a very nice and caring guy. And you know what, Aaron? Same thing with you, buddy. We've all got to accept each other, right? Don't fix what ain't broke. Thank you, Yornik. Cheers, buddy. Aaron, you're just trying to progress. And you know what? Everybody needs to vent sometimes. And if it's venting, who cares? But we've gotten to know you. So if it's you and you're venting, I can separate the two. It's not a big deal. And same with Greg. Man, I could cheers to everybody here. So cheers to everybody here. Another shout out is to Phil Rivara and Tim Pollock. Tim was a member of the Pipe Makers Guild, and he's got some great instructional videos for being able to make pipes without very many tools whatsoever, and he's a very friendly guy. And Phil is responsible for reigniting my pipe acquisition disease and then adding fuel into the fire. But Phil is also a great friend, and man, he could tell I'm serious about making pipes, and he's just there ready to help, and it's absolutely appreciated, and it means a lot to me. Another shout out is to Cane Rod Piper. Mike helped early on when I was trying to get an idea of making videos. Two of the people I watched the most at that time were Matches860, and then I would go see Mike. Well, this is the third. I'd see Mike at Briar'd Blues, and I would go to Cane Rod, and I was mostly in Cane Rods and just getting in. If anybody's looking to do videos and you're not sure, just chatting, getting to know people, getting comfortable talking to people makes it easier. And especially if you find hosts that interact with you, that really worked for me. And Cane Rod did that. He interacted with me. It gave me a little more confidence that, okay, maybe I can do pretty good on this. And that helped me get a big start. The best video for that, it was something like or it was a video for all you newbies or something like that from Matches. And it helped a lot. He actually was responsible for helping me figure out how I wanted to outline my content for a video. So the two of them together made this channel start. So I appreciate them a lot. Another shout out is to John Harden and to his family and his daughter Katie, because Katie let us all know what was going on. Now, that's pretty great support. That's a very selfless act, because if my dad was doing pipe shows, doing his own thing after work, I don't know if I could have gotten on there and gotten involved and told the guys, hey, my dad used to do this. And he passed away. Just want to let you guys know. I don't know if I could have done that. And Katie was very brave. You know, you want to talk bravery. There's everybody talking bravery, this and that, whether it's movies or girls or guys, the different things they do. But that is bravery. That is real bravery, because that would be hard to do. I don't know if I could do that. And Katie was thinking of all of us right in the middle of going through everything with her dad. Now, I almost lost my dad twice. Especially 2 times he had cancer. I've been blessed enough that he's here with me still. But just getting close to that just put me in my own world. I was working and trying to help him and going to school and doing all this stuff. And yeah, it absolutely did, Southern Piper. It absolutely took a lot for her to do that. I know you could see it, but man, she toughed up and got through that. And that is absolutely superhuman in my book. That is hard to do. To tuck those feelings aside, especially for your dad. It's not like an uncle or her neighbor passed, you know, it was her dad. So, Robert, welcome in. Smoking some Haunted Bookshop and my 611 KS Lucite sipper. And I got to give it another light. And I got a special blend I'll share with you in a moment. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know the proportions of how this blend was done, but we'll find the best way it works, and then we'll make it something special. Cat Dad Piper, welcome in, brother. Awesome to see you guys here. This means a lot. Oh, yeah, you mentioned that before with this. Phil, I think it was in a Google Meet as well as a live or two. Smoking my 673, but no bookshop. That's all right, man. John would say, smoke what you want to smoke, whatever's comfortable. So, you know, I don't have a Savinelli 673. So I'm just smoking Savinellis for now. We'll go from there. Got a few more shout outs. And for those of you who just joined a little bit ago, if you didn't see this part, feel free to share with us your favorite Matches video, or just one that comes to mind easily for you, no matter when it is. I'm actually finding more of his that I really like that just didn't quite stick with me as much as they do now, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, that's crazy, Phil, because that's a lot of people to lose in such a short period. And I am sorry for your losses, man. Well put. Well put, Aaron. Hey, that's what this is for, is, you know, you're good, Phil. remembering those people in a positive light. That's what it's for. Oh, I like how you put that, Yornik. One of my friends I went to college with shared that with me. He was from Africa. He's actually recruited to be a child soldier, he and his brother. And he got out thanks to basketball. So he started a basketball academy. He escaped, played basketball, and they got him a scholarship and got him out of there. But it is very good to remember. Very true, Peter. And I'm the same way. Sadly and regretfully, I didn't know Matches. I didn't get to chat with him. I was watching his videos until about a month and a half or so, almost 2 months after he passed. Or maybe it was a month after. It was either a month or two after he passed. I had no idea. I did not order one of his pipes. I had a good couple opportunities early on. And I said, man, someone's going to want that pipe more than me. And I just don't know John enough to feel comfortable that I got a pipe of his myself. When, especially, like, look how it worked out where Smoking Fireman was in that awesome charity drive that Mike did. And Mike at Briar'd Blues did the charity thing, bought the pipe, and then sent it to him anyway. How cool was that? So who knows? Maybe that would have been the pipe. You never know. Oh, thank you for sharing, Zippo. I hadn't seen that. That's awesome. That is very cool. Hello, Horatio. Great to have you with us, brother. That's what it is, Peter. Loved his video, the ultimate smoke. I actually watched that a couple of days ago, Edwin. Or it might even been, day before yesterday. He really illustrated well the pleasure you could have in smoking a pipe. Glumchum, welcome in, brother. Oh, absolutely. And that's kind of a cool thing too. I always feel a little bit with them as I used to do that. I worked in nursing homes from places that were all Alzheimer until I got to where I was doing therapy aid and CNA work anyway. And so it makes me feel extra special that, I could kind of relate with him. I could see he had a lot of peace in him and a lot of comfort to give. I think he had an endless supply of it myself. So another shout out while we're at it is to Sergeant Savinelli. He's hoping to be here this evening. He does have to work. But before I did this, I reached out to him a couple weeks ago and asked if it would be all right. And I don't know if the message got lost or what, or just didn't make it or whatever. But then I got in touch with him again last week, and he said, have at it. You got my blessing, and I hope I can be there. So he is going to try to be here with us. So hopefully he'll get to be here with us, because that'd be fun. And he's an awesome dude. And if you guys haven't been in contact with him or gotten to chat with him, with Sergeant Savinelli, he is a great guy, and he has some cool stories, man. He has some cool stories about he and John that aren't all in videos. He's very, very fun to visit with. So it's never too late to reach out to him. All right. Another shout out is to Dan Lopez. I believe you were my first subscriber, at least the first that it didn't pull away right away. Dan Lopez, if you guys haven't checked out his channel, feel free to. I encourage it. Dan is an awesome guy. He comes up with great ideas for blends. He's a wonderful friend, and he's just a great guy. He's got that, I don't know how to really explain it, but he grew up in a really great era, and I grew up towards the end of that era, and it's just really cool to get to chat with him, and he's kind of like a big brother. He's a nice dude, and he's always fun to visit with, and he's a great supporter in the YTPC as well, and he's cool because he's a straight shooter. I like straight shooters. Paul the Piper, I got to thank you, brother. Paul is a lot like Jeff. You two guys are awesome guys. Both these guys hung out with Matches. They've both been moderators a long time. They're fantastic moderators, and they give a lot of their energy to the YTPC. And they are underappreciated. Even though we all appreciate them, there isn't enough appreciation for the guys that moderate, that try to be there to every live that they can. That takes a lot. You can get worn out, and these guys show up when they can, as often as they can. And man, Paul and Jeff are wicked, and DDT got to have burning fingers at getting those stinking bots out of these chats, man. They are awesome. On fire. Another Piper that I didn't know of until about a month ago, thanks to Everett Young, is Algonquin Briar. He's a really nice guy. He knew Matches as well, and I look forward to getting to know him more. I haven't had interaction with him really, but he's just really nice. I've seen a bit of his stuff. I mean, you know, if Everett says you're a good guy, you're probably a good guy. And this is one who's been a long friend for a long time. He has been friends with Matches. In fact, his introduction video has Matches in it. And I believe Sergeant Savinelli, if I recall correctly, I don't want to get it wrong. But he's also been a great friend. He's sent me some tobacco. We've done trades. And he's been looking after people. Really great guy. It's Mark in Rhode Island. He's still around, still lurks when he can. But he just hasn't been as into things as he would like to be, because he's doing the right thing and prioritizing, you know, immediate people over the electronic community. But he still makes his appearances, and he's very supportive of the YTPC, and he's a great guy. Mon Claude Gansdam, welcome in, brother. Yeah, you got to check him out. I made a playlist for anybody who didn't hear yet, a playlist of some of John's videos. I'm adding more. And Peter Piper NYC's video is in there. He made a really nice, wonderful video tribute to Matches860, and you just get lost in it. It's awesome. Very well done. Simple, perfect. And that's how Matches was. Simple, easy going, and it was just what people needed. Yeah, he's laid back. I think you'd like him a lot, Monclaudy. So some cases he reminds me a little bit of you in a good way. And I got to do this shout out for those of you who are new. I did this one earlier, but Dingus is still here with us. Dingus sent me some McClellan blends to try, and I'm trying a blend that I'm going to give a shot right now in my Savinelli saxophone. And it was one of John Harden's blends. It was McClellan's Perique with C&D Red Virginia. So I've got that blended here. And we're going to give it a shot. Steve and Kathy, welcome in. Thank you for your support. I know everybody's... Now you're just bragging, Dingus. You're just awesome. And Dingus and Betty are such a great couple. And I will tell you, I really, really appreciate they don't like the BS like none of us do. We want to keep that BS out of here. We don't have time for BS. So I've smoked this Savinelli saxophone. I think this is my second year having it now. And I didn't realize I never took the balsa filter out of it. So I now have this dark brown piece of wood hiding in my pipe. And I'm like, why is there less airflow? There shouldn't be. I cleaned it the other day. Well, that's why, because I just ran a stem part way down and called it good. I guess I didn't look close enough. It could have been the blend he tried to kill you with. There we go. That got rid of whatever else was in there. I didn't see that fly out, but I heard it and felt it. And I'll try this blend. It's about 50-50 to start with. And we'll just see how it is. Maybe we can get the... Thank you, Paul. Maybe we can get the measurements right and it can be shared and everybody can try it. Looking back, especially knowing that I would have been okay. You know, sometimes you want to buy something and you go, well, I got a little bit enough to be comfortable, but I don't know, you know, you never know. You buy something, you turn around, and you got to buy tires or whatever. So I passed, and maybe I should have gotten a tribute pipe for John, of John's, so I could have, I would love to have his picture back here. That would mean a lot. But it's, you know, it is what it is. It worked out. We're here together. And John's still around in my book. And I've been wanting to try some John Cotton blends. Have not tried them yet. Gotten close. But I realized that the blends, reviewing a couple of things today, I realized that a couple of blends that were the last ones Matches had were the John Cotton double pressed Virginia and the double pressed Kentucky. So those were in his last live. And he said the double pressed Kentucky was similar to McBaron London blend, but a little stronger. Oh, that's really cool, Peter. So the first light of this is incredibly smooth. Yeah, and Eddie worked with you and Sarge. I was thinking there was another person. I could be wrong. I'm sure he worked with a few different people. That sounds great, Phil. I'd appreciate that. His picture needs to be up. It's time. That was a phenomenal picture, by the way. Perfect. Perfect for John Harden. Other than Chris, you mean Mutton Chop, right? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Hiking Pipes. Very cool. Hey, Tony. Great to see you, brother. Tony was another inspiration. So this pipe, my wife knew I really enjoyed this shape. And Tony 513, who does awesome lives and very entertaining videos. Well, thank you, bud. And thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. Yeah, been doing good. Been doing good. And I feel like it's a good time to mention this. So this isn't to detract from Matches860 at all. In fact, it kind of reminded me of him today. So today, well, the other day, my dad found out that a lathe that we had that I was going to use to make pipes, that my uncle just kind of left here. My uncle decided to come and get it. So we didn't get to use it. So I said, oh man, now I don't have a lathe for it. And today being just peaceful and working out, my dad had been in contact for a few days with the guy selling a lathe. Now the guy had moved. He was living somewhere. He was like on like a 5-year vacation sort of thing. And his daughter was running this shop. And my dad took me with him today to take a look at this lathe. And my dad said, looks pretty good. I want you to come see it. Tell me if you think it's what you're looking for. And went in and looked at this lathe. Mythical History, welcome in, brother. Great to have you here. I appreciate it. So we went in and we looked at this lathe today. And I wasn't sure which guy my dad meant was selling the lathe. I didn't know he was out of town. Oh, awesome. Thank you, bud. Yeah, this is going to be great because then I can get a picture up, maybe get a frame, have some memorabilia, and be able to throw it in to my shop, which is almost done, but I'll get to that in a little bit. This is actually really tasty. A mild, just good, little bit earthy. Again, I don't know the percentage. The way John worded it, he put a little bit of McClellan Perique in this. So I may need to do less, but I really like the taste. Anyway, my dad and I went and checked out this lathe, and I didn't want to say too much. I said, oh, yeah, it looks good. And so my dad and I were leaving, and I said, Dad, that's exactly what I need. I said, that's in brand new condition. It's barely been used, and I'm going to use it. You know, it's a metal lathe from 1940. It came with machinist parts, a toolbox that is its own collector's item. All these tools, every single tool I would ever need for anything, for next to nothing. Oh, God bless you, Aaron. Thanks for giving us your time, brother. Say hi to the kids. And hope to talk to you more in the future. I look forward to trading each other a pipe or something, buddy, down the road. Great to see you. So, exactly, quality Zippo. It is in brand new condition. Now, it was used, but a metal lathe, that lathe on its own would have been like 7 times more than what it cost. And it came with like we put in, now this is the cool part of the story. Oh, it's fantastic. And I will post some pictures up on Instagram and stuff. But it's, what's awesome is the guy, my dad and I, my dad said, you know, we'll go to my house and I'll call the guy. So we go to my house, he called the guy, and the guy said, yeah, a guy offered me a little bit of money for it. He was going to go home, talk it over with his wife, come back with a check, and I haven't heard from him. Well, the daughter who's still here overlooking this or overseeing this stuff is going to leave for a week. So kind of our option to buy it would be today. And if that guy came back, he had dibs. And my dad said, you know, I was going to negotiate, but heck, he said, I'll give you that. I'll give you the money for it right here, right now. And you don't have to worry about it. How's that work? And the guy said, yeah. And it took 6 people to load that damn thing. And they had to use a hoist. It's heavy. It's about 4 feet wide. Got plenty of room. Just a nice little machine. Super sturdy. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly it, Phil, because that's exactly my dad was saying he figured 6,000 to 8,000 in between there, which would be 7. But the machinist parts in there alone were worth more than that lathe. It was incredible. We're looking at little dial meters and things today that would cost, you know, you get the cheap ones today. Just comparing the quality, it was an Atlas. I believe they I think it was how you said it, Phil, it was an Atlas manufactured Craftsman from 1940. And it came with an extremely good condition machinist's book from 1940 in the top. I thought it was a Bible. It was the machinist's Bible, I suppose. Yeah, heck of a great deal. And it means a lot to me because both my grandfathers were in World War II. So I've got a really nostalgic feel for things around the 1940s, like 30s to 60s. That means a lot to me. So here's this machine I totally hit the lottery. Totally hit the lottery. Unreal. We got it with all the pieces included. We paid about 10% of what it was worth. Yeah, owner's manual, had the guy's knife, even had high-speed steel pieces. You could see little tools he had made to do different things with. Incredible. Oh, that is awesome, Gerald. Thank you, buddy. Oh, absolutely. So we've got it. My dad's going to look it over. We're just going to see how much it needs cleaned up. And it came with gears. It came with gears to replace the gears or to make switches. It's got replacement parts. Gears, like just the gears alone would have been thousands to make today. Unreal. But what we're going to do, we have it all ready so that as soon as we finish the paneling in the shop, which will be tomorrow, because we have like 5 panels left. We already marked one to cut. We are like almost done with that shop. Then we'll have the electrician come in, which should take no time, and then we'll put that lathe in there. And And when I get it in there, I will show you guys the shop, show you the lathe. Those of you who like history, who like older quality stuff like the old Fords, stuff like that, back in the day, vehicles made to last, man, you're going to enjoy the heck out of it. Oh, absolutely. A whole bunch of stuff. It's fantastic. And the gears on the machine were in new condition. So they were well looked after. Then you have replacements that are pretty much brand new. So, but there will be a video. Like I said, we'll finish the shop, then we just need the electrician, then we'll move things in and I'll start. So, yeah, and my dad, we talked about using like an overhand deal, but they kind of walk a little bit one way or the other. But it's just about like that. It doesn't take up more space than that from like where the wall will be to the front. Very comfortable height, ideal for standing or sitting on a stool. And I'm ready, man. We got to get these pipes rolling. I've learned so much from Phil and Tim Pollock, and it's been amazing that it's like everything's lining up. I'm like, I can actually do this. So that's what I thought tied into John a lot today, was just that today didn't go it's just kind of one of those days you didn't really have plans. More plans came up. The day just kind of sped on through steadily and then slowed down at the right time. It was just this wonderful way everything worked out so I could get back here, and it was very low stress, but we ran in and got that. So such a great peaceful day really brought that feeling to John. So that's what I meant to tie in with that. Just things working out, relaxing, and just seeing where it takes you. Oh, very good, Zippo. Oh, happy news is always welcome. Yeah, this one they're figuring between 340 and 400 pounds. But that's exactly right, Phil. My dad said, you can't always jump at everything, but every once in a while something comes up and you got to take that opportunity. Yeah, that's what my dad says, Yornik. I'm very pleased to hear that for you, Zippo. I'm glad that worked out, man. This is very good. About 50-50 of this being the McClellan's Perique is delightful for me. It's a smooth, just a different Perique you don't generally get. But I have to say, this whole thing community-wide and getting into pipe smoking really came together in a large part with the community's work together. John Harden, and then I'd see videos from people I didn't know at the time at all. Chris with Mutton Chop Piper, Cane Rod, and it was funny because early on, I was seeing Phil Rivara's name, and I'm like, man, there's no way I'm ever going to be, he's way up there. I'm never going to be able to own a Phil Rivara. That's just going to be one of those way up there pipes. And Phil's just a killer guy, I'm telling you. So there's a lot of great examples in the YTPC to go, yes, it starts sometimes with one or two people, but what keeps it going is everybody. All of our channels do well when we all support each other. Yeah, there you go, Phil. You know, if you're going to do what you want to do it and don't let anybody stop you. And it was cool because, like, I couldn't run a saw or cut anything safely. I know that is not a bad way to start out. It was cool. But then my dad found a saw the other day that was a different setup for a saw, much safer. I could let it go and the thing would just stay in the boards. It wouldn't move and it shut off. And I actually do really good cutting with that freehand on the panels. Absolutely straight. It's ridiculous. Of course, after the wall, because one wall, the east wall, was leaning forward. So it was like this towards you guys. But it was leaning forward. And my dad straightened it and braced it, got it ready to brace. And overnight the wind blew again and he braced it all up. And it's perfectly straight at the bottom 2 inches. And in the northeast corner, it slowly goes like this with the panel. So it's 2 inches off at the top. And it's perfect at the very bottom. So we've worked around that wall. Put a little bit of a piece. Just they're 8-foot tall panels. We had cut it. We had a piece left over. I said, well, instead of cutting 2 4-foot pieces, we'll just go all the way up the end, even though it's annoying. And we'll get it set up so that we can use it if we need it. And man, put it right in the corner. It's perfect. Be who you be. That is perfect. And you're right, Peter. It is absolutely all about connecting. And thank you, Phil. That's right. Don't listen to naysayers. They can go to heck. I got no time for them. I got too much fun to have, too many plans. But it's cool because there are a lot of things I had to look out, like, look away from. Go, oh, I can't use this anymore. I can't do this work anymore. And things are simple enough. If I think of them in a certain way, I'm like, I could make these pipes. It could be really cool. But we are going to have videos and lives for you guys when I'm making pipes. Because I know there are a lot of videos out there that seem to be far between where, I enjoy watching Phil make pipes. I understand from someone's point of view when they really get into something, they don't always want to go, I'm going to turn this on, or I don't want to bother someone with machinery and noise and stuff. But what I would do is make a video and then edit it and say, lower your sound, or it gets loud here, something like that. But I really want to, you see a lot of questions in chats. Oh, yeah. I look forward to those, Phil. But we've got some wood here we can work with to just mess around at first. I am what I am. That's right. But it's nice to be able to come on here, and this is exactly what John Harden offered. I don't think he thought it would blow up so big, but he offered a place for people who felt like it to come and relax, be themselves, share a pipe, some conversation, some stories, maybe vent a little, get to a good point with themselves. And then if they were ready to, or they needed to, or they had something going on, they could leave for that evening or whatever, and you had that regular interaction. I think that's a lot of the problems with things like with depression. Now, I've been there several times. Depression, man, to avoid depression, the best tips to avoid depression, there's 2 that I can think of personally. Is 1, stay busy even when you don't feel like it. Like if you can't think of something to do, do something until you think of what you wanted to do. And the other thought that really helped me was find an outlet. Find like-minded people, be tolerant, let people tolerate you, just take everybody as they are and get along. And Matches did that a lot. He did it effortlessly. He could tell stories to people whether they were haters and trolls or Dingus or Zippo or myself or Paul, and just talk to him, and they'd get sucked into his videos and go, I guess I'm going to go have a good day now. Like, he was the great pacifier, I feel. Yeah, Phil is usually on Instagram. Zippo is the most regularly, I feel. Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm going to have some, of course, wood pipes, but I am going to start probably with some Russian olive wood just to get an idea of drilling and stuff. Because we have that all over. So I'm going to be practicing with that. And then we will have some corncob pipes. It's like there's going to be, I got so many tips. And and this is the best thing about connecting. You meet people you never know that later in life may need your help or you may need their help. So you can get into it and start chatting and realize, I gotta, I get to a point where I might be able to make pipes, and awesome people like Phil and Tim Pollock are like, we'll help you. And it's like, dang. And I don't have to find any parts, thank the Lord. And Phil, the only part I needed was a belt, and Phil just out of nowhere saying, goes, you just need to mention the width of this, and sends a picture of it ready to go. And I'm like, dang, like, the good friends got your back sometimes. Welcome in, Chris. How you doing, brother? So, Chris, what are you smoking? What are you smoking it in? And what Matches video comes to mind for you, or what is your favorite one? I got a lathe today, a 1940 Atlas Craftsman lathe. I'll finish the shop tomorrow. Once an electrician's in, we are set up to go. And then it's just awesome. Friday 7 Ellie for John with John. I like that, Chris. That's awesome, buddy. Yes. Yes. You know what's funny, Yornik, is I told my dad that. I said, once we get this lathe in the shop and it's all ready to run and I can start using it and finally say, okay, it's here, everything's great. I said, then I'm going to get on and I'm going to have to do a video that says something like, I got lathed. So it's awesome you said that, because we talked about that today. So, Chris, I smoked some Haunted Bookshop, and this was the third bowl I had of it that I really enjoyed. I was getting every taste. Maybe early on when I tried it, maybe I had a cold and didn't know. That's right, Yornik. But this was one of the best bowls of it I've had. Definitely one of the 3 top bowls I've had of it. And now I'm trying a blend that was a Matches blend. That is C&D Red Virginia with McClellan's Perique. The McClellan's Perique was graciously brought to you by Dingus McSwine II. I do not know the blend percentages, but so far it's about halfway. It's about 60% of the Red Virginia and 40% of the Perique, and it is delicious. And as a lover of Perique, it's nice to find another different flavor in Perique. This almost reminds me as if you took like 2/3 Louisiana Perique with 1/3 of long cut Perique and then aged them for like 2 years. I feel like you'd get about like this kind of taste in a Perique. I don't know. I've never been brave enough to ask Dingus if he was the senior or the second senior. So are you going to smoke some Haunted Bookshop tonight, Chris, or what are you thinking, buddy? I hate when you get stuff on your, like the pipe tobacco on your finger and you can't unlock your phone. Phil, would you like me to read that message you sent me, buddy? I think it's totally fitting if as long as it's okay with you. I understand, Dingus. I've been trying to live up to what I used to be like and to what my dad and his dad were, and I could get closer when I thought when I was healthier. And it turns out having the right attitude is closer to filling those shoes than it was when I was trying to do everything right by them all the time. So now that I'm less able to do what I wanted to do, including what the family business was, I'm actually getting closer to the kind of people that I looked up to the most by just doing the best with what I got. So it's pretty good. Oh, wow, Paul. All right, so this is the text. That is really actually pretty incredible, Paul. So this is the last message, the last chat that Phil Rivara had with Matches860 days before he passed. This was Matches being there after his mom passed 2 weeks before. And he said, "You best hang on to it for the time being, as I'm not sure how my schedule is going to run after the start of next month. We can keep in touch and play by ear." So that's pretty special. Somebody there for you when you lose a family member. You know, it's easy to go, "I'm here for you, man," and do that. But when someone is really there for you and you can tell they really put things aside for you, especially, you know, I haven't lost my parents, thank God, but I've been close. And to lose them, both of them. And that means a lot when somebody's there just at the right moment. Even it means the world. And it's funny because we're talking about how some of us didn't really know John until right after he passed. And you know, I'm not typically one, because you do get people where somebody passes and they jump in and they go, oh, he was the greatest person, this and that. They're speaking light of the person, which is great, but sometimes it comes from the wrong place because people just don't know the person and they're going crazy about it. I could only base off of what I had seen myself in his videos and heard how his daughter and the family presented their support for him, and everything everybody in the YTPC was saying that he was a good guy. And I'm doing my best to get a feel for exactly how he was. And that's why I ended up going back after he passed and watching through everything again and just trying to build the best I could, because I don't have the total understanding of it. But he made an impact for me just off the videos. And as all of us know, especially presenters, where you go, you put as much as you can into a video or a live stream, and as much as you give into the YTPC, there's still this whole other life off the screen. There's, me going with my dad and our neighbor to lunch and talking about stuff and working on things and talking about lots of positive things in the YTPC going on. My dad loves it because it gives me a positive place to go, and it's helped me through a lot of what would be more depressive times. And there's so much more behind the scenes. So with John, and with many people on here who have passed or who have just moved on away from YTPC to do other things in their lives, it's amazing the impact they had. You see someone like John where he can tell you a story about walking down the street and turn it into one of the best 20-minute experiences of your life, especially if it's resonating in a really special moment with you. And you got to admit that for as much good as you heard on the YTPC, there's this whole rest of this stuff in his life going on behind the scenes. I try to imagine how cool it would have been to work with him, whether you were the resident of where he was working or a coworker. How fun it would have been to have been able to say, hey, how you doing, John? And hear what he had to say, hear whatever goofy thing he had to say that made you think for a little while. So it's just really cool to remember that there's as much good as you see in the YTPC, there's like 90% that we don't see. So if you're getting a lot of good from somebody, just imagine what that person would, take a moment and think, what's that person really like in real life? So it's awesome. That is honestly one of the best worded things I've seen in a long time, Chris. That's a great way to word that. And that's the kind of thing I get stuck with if I'm around my grandpa's tools or his things, is I get that nostalgia and I get stuck just feeling what it was like to be near him and farm with him and work with him. And he never said a lot, but we spent enough time together that I got to know him despite he didn't say very much. So you're just absorbing more of who that person is, their personality, trying to piece together maybe what their life was like with my great grandparents and stuff like that. I found tools from the 1800s in a shed and stuff like that when I was younger. And it was like, this comes from family. This is from my dad's dad's dad. What was his childhood like? And it's fun to be able, but I could get lost thinking and trying to piece together comparing, you know, how my days go to maybe what were his days like when he was my age. So it's really a great way to sit back and just be humbled and go, this is kind of neat. We all have this cool thing in common, whether somebody agrees with somebody or not, or someone's picking on somebody or whatever, all the little trivial stuff that doesn't matter. It's the stuff you keep going on. We've all got this great thing in common that binds us, and it's awesome. It's just much deeper than all the BS. And maybe it's, I don't even know the word for it. The word, someone might call it melodramatic, to be talking like this over someone who passed, and just like, but I feel that way. And John reminded me of some uncles I had. He reminded me of some older friends, some older family friends I got to farm with for a short time. There are so many bits of his personalities, and there's so many of those personalities in the YTPC still, and they get taken for granted and overlooked, and we all do that. Everybody takes people for granted all the time. We just do our best not to, but it happens. And so anybody passing, particularly somebody who was a very good, caring person, just makes you feel a lot more and brings more to your life and enriches it. So now I'm really excited. Like, we're talking about the lathe. I'm going to be working with 40s equipment, working on pipes, things that have been around for a long, long time. And it's kind of cool, given extra life. Now, the guy that owned the lathe, it was given to him by his dad. He used it twice in about 10 years. Other than that, he hasn't touched it in 30 or 40 years. So he said, there's really no point in me keeping this. And he just kind of wanted to, while he was gone, he wanted to get it sold and move on. And it's kind of cool because maybe he hasn't even considered that now something that belonged to his dad, some kind of part of his legacy, this little tiny part, is going to keep living on. And who knows who will own a lathe down the road. It's interesting. Decades later, here comes this random dude in Nebraska that, hey, I want to make pipes. And where did that come from? That's something I never thought I'd do. I never even gave it a thought until this year, or until a few years ago, or whatever. That's true. That is true. That is the song. Okay, I thought that's that's exactly right. I immediately went to that line in the song, so I was glad I pictured the right song. But I do try to keep those words in mind and try to know what I got before it's gone. And I got it good. If you look at life that way, life is really not that bad. It's a lot better if you look at it the right way. Oh, cool. Mabu was laughing at me. She's even respectful of matches. She said you could save your talk about the lathe for a different live. And I'm trying. The only reason I brought that up is it's just was such a really nice day. Everything kind of sort of lined up, went the right way, and it made me think of John. So that's why I brought it up in this. Is just, it was a really nice sunny day, a little bit of a cool breeze. That's true, Chris. Sounds good, Dingus. Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate you and your friendship. It means a lot to me. So what I'm going to do real quick, guys, for you and for me as well is just play a few minutes of John Harden's last live and finish up this pipe, kind of tidy up a little here. And then I'll head over to Martin's live as well so we can show our love and keep this support going. So I'm going to start that now. In case I miss any messages, I want to thank you guys so much. From myself, from my parents, from my brothers, from Mabu, from our neighbors even. They've really seen what good the YTPC has done for me. And it really means a lot. And I'm really excited to get things going to the next chapter of making pipes and maybe even pipe repairs and stuff like that to try to contribute more to it. So I'll play this for you for a bit, finish this blend, and we'll move over to Martin's and show him the love.
Barry Becker has a 1926 Philip Morris Revelation sealed tin, 1 1/4 ounce. He's looking to sell it. He had asked me about eBay, and I said, some people have gotten stuff like that from eBay, but if you read their policy, you're not supposed to be doing it. And people have been shut off.
Thank you very much, Edwin. It's nice to have you here with us, brother.
Sell tins that are still sealed.
Thanks for being here, Ben.
Okay. Ghost
Thank you,
Cub.
Robert.
How are you,
Monclaude.
Lunton, Hagen.
Dan, they're Dan.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Jeff.
Paul the Piper wants to know how
Love
much
you
for
all.
that tin, Barry Becker.
Paul the Piper was already looking. See,
Jay
he's
Graham,
always looking
good
for
to see
tobacco.
you. Carlos Vincente Ball.
Thank you, Peter Piper.
He's
Thanks for
from
being
Mexico
here, brother.
City.
That
Phil
means a lot.
Rivera. How you doing, buddy? Big shout out to Phil. Barry Becker, you're very welcome. Hope you're able
Thank
to
you, Phil.
do some
Thank
business.
you for your help.
Tuxedo 25.
Take care, brother.
We got 106. By the way,
Chris,
very
thank you very much.
successful
Thanks for
stream
being here, my
last
friend.
Friday as well. Thank you all very much for that.
Hey, Ron. Great to have you, brother.
Paul the Piper. We message back and forth on Facebook.
The next live will be Martin
Doug
at
Owens
Over a
in
Pipe.
The house. Let's give a shout out to
So,
Doug Owen and
I
Carl
ask
Holt
you
out in Paulsbo, Washington.
to leave a
You have
thumbs
any
up
questions on pipes or
for
tobaccos?
matches, so maybe this
Doug
video will
Owen
get
is the man
circulated
to
more.
talk to.
And whenever you decide to head out, please make your way to Martin at Over a Pipe.
Tillerman 70H, I get nothing from the sale of the tin. And if the old eBay prices are any indication, there wouldn't be much to pick off the price anyway. Algonquin Briar. Actually,
God bless you, fellas.
I forgot to give my weather report. 39 degrees in central Connecticut, under clear skies. And Algonquin Briar said it looked like it was cold in the basement. All I'm doing is tricking the audience because I have the same sweatshirt I was wearing last week, so I thought I'd pull a fast one and cover it up.
Yeah, Ron, we're just wrapping up, just playing a little bit of John's last live, finishing the pipe.
Yes.
And we'll
Vinny,
be over
tomorrow.
a pipe here momentarily.
That's big news.
Thank you,
So
Robert.
next
I
up,
appreciate it a lot,
got
man.
the
Thank
John
you so
Cotton,
much.
Kentucky.
Pleasure to know you,
And
brother.
Unbelievable. You'll remember we did the double press.
Oh,
Virginia,
very cool, Ron. I'll check that out,
press
buddy.
Kentucky. Pretty much looks the same.
I also have a playlist, if anybody missed it, of Matches 860 videos. Be sure and check it out. I will add more videos to it. Peter Piper NYC's tribute video from the last couple days is on there as well.
The amazing thing about this is I had a bowl this afternoon for the first time.
It'll be about 30 seconds. I'll give this just a moment. I'm really loving hearing John's voice, to be honest.
127 in the house. We're doing good. Mark in Rhode Island says no snow. Beautiful.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you,
So
Robert.
the double press Kentucky, when I lit it up, I said, I know this taste.
See you there. You want it?
I was thinking and thinking and thinking.
Thanks for being here,
right
brother.
in front of me. This is the taste. Tastes very much like McFerrin's London blend. Slightly stronger, I might add. I had had a conversation with someone some time ago. It might have been Doug Owen. We were talking about McFerrin's Golden Extra and the London blend, which
that's nice of you, Zip.
Were like brother and sister blends. They were very
I'm just
close,
soaking
but
this
London
up, man.
blend had a little bit more
Great
of a
to finish a
smokiness
pipe.
to it. And they attributed that to the fact that the tobacco was stored in casks. At any rate, I had said to, I believe it was Doug, Barry Becker, thank you very much, $1.99 in the tip jar, that I thought London blend, they just took Golden Extra
Amen
and
to that,
added
Chris.
some
He
Kentucky
sure did.
to it, even though it wasn't listed on the tin.
Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it, Ron?
Well, I don't know that for a fact, but try this double press Kentucky, and then try McFerrin's London blend, the Burley London blend. Ooh, $15, and I missed who it was. Who was that? That was, Barry Becker, but it said $1.99 at the top. Maybe that's the tax.
Truly one of a kind.
So,
Part of another great generation.
where was I? Talking about the double press Kentucky and how it tasted like McFerrin's London blend. Really does. You got to try it. Really has that subtle smokiness. And I've always called, Jeff Palmer, $4.99 in the tip jar. Thank you very much. Barry Becker says $15. Phil Rivera sent you $9.99. Thank you very much, Phil Rivera.
I miss him too. Welcome in, Hillbilly.
Yes, Cliff Higgins. Chad is a troll monitor.
We'll be here a little bit, Hillbilly. I'm just
let me see
about
where
head
we're
over
at
to
here.
Martin at Over a Pipe
Got
in a
2
moment.
tins
Just
in the
soaking
mail
up a
this
little
week.
bit of matches here
thanks
to
to
tightening. I
Ross.
think it's very fitting.
Craig, are you out there?
Oh,
Portsmouth Piper, $5 in the tip jar. Thank you very
feels
much.
really good, Chris. I'm not gonna lie.
And we
It's
will
even
certainly give a
surprising
shout
me.
out for your wife, Erica. How are you tonight, Erica? And thank you for the $5 as well, since it comes out of both of your pockets. Yeah. All right, so where are we here? We got 2 tins in the mail from Craig Ross.
Hell with it.
Put
I'm
that
gonna load
down.
another pipe, brothers. I'm
We
gonna
got
fill up some of Hillbilly. I made a
okay.
blend of one of
And
John's
we
blends.
got
It was C&D,
Esoterica,
Red Virginia.
Pembroke, two very, very nice
with some
offerings
McClellan's Freak.
from Craig Ross. Thank you
And I
very
really
much.
like it,
That
so
was
I'm gonna blend.
a
I'm
great
gonna
treat to
smoke
open
another
up.
bowl of it a little bit,
150
listen to
in
him
the
for a little
crowd.
longer.
And let's see what people are talking about. Pipe Leisure, I haven't seen you in God knows when. How are you doing? Still keeping up with YTPC, are you? Jeff Palmer, let us know what you think of the Pembroke. I know I've had it before, but I can never tell you the difference between those esotericas. They're all good, but they have subtle differences, and I think they're all Virginias, if I'm not mistaken, Virginia-based.
You got it, Robert. He totally had a voice.
Now you can have an expert do
Oh,
your
we got his
taxes
ad.
for you. 100%
You're
free.
absolutely
Simple
right,
tax
Zippo.
returns
He did
only.
have a
Must
voice for
file by
radio, man. Yeah, I just
And
did
the plum cake is
40%
really
of
interesting.
the McClellan's Perique and
If you watch
60
my
of the
video
C&D
where
Red
I
Virginia.
did a review, and
it's very nice.
I had some when I first opened it, and it was good. I had some like a week later. It was very good. Had some 2 weeks later. It was outstanding. I think you have to decide whether you want it fresh out of the tin with the rum still like all over the place, or if you want that rum to dissipate. I personally prefer the aired out stuff where the rum has pretty much left and you just get a hint of it. $4.99. Dice and Pipes, thanks to you very much. What a night. We're banging that bell like crazy.
I'd say the Louisiana Fruity Perique is a very nice alternative. It's not too far off with this Virginia. Got a nice flavor to it, especially if it was aged. I think it'd be pretty damn close. Let's see if I can set this up for you guys for a little bit.
Jeff Palmer, Cliff Higgins, Pipe Tree. Doug Owen says Pembroke is basically in English with a cognac on it. Yes, it does say cognac on the tin.
Cool. Yeah, like Paul Harvey, yep.
Paul the Piper says 50 pounds for the 1926 tin. That's not bad.
Yeah,
hello, Brazil.
The
Great
Louisiana Perique is very nice with this. Very, very close in flavor. Yes, Robert, this was his last live.
The record number
January
viewers,
24th.
Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like 167. So we're just shy of that. But
I wondered, Paul.
At the end of the day, the big deal is how many viewers we have who stuck with it and watched the stream. So 170 viewers who come and go aren't as good as 90 that stayed through the whole thing, if you know what I mean. Hey, Signalman Tony from Rhode Island, good to see you.
Yeah, Mark in Rhode Island was gracious enough to send an email and remind me of the dates. So I didn't mix them up anymore.
The 50 pounds was for the Philip Morris Revelation, which is up for sale from Barry Becker. Randy. It actually does make money. It's You'll never be a millionaire at it, but it does make money.
I bet, Paul. I can't even talk. I bet,
Not
buddy.
to mention the fact that it's just fun to watch from one week to the next. How many people stuck with it? How many people you had total? That kind of thing.
Well, God bless you, fellas. I'll leave this on. I'm just gonna click end stream, so when it ends, it ends, and I'll meet you over a pipe
somewhere.
Thank you
Very
all.
good pipes.
Thanks for being here, and God bless you.
Thank
you guys
you
are
very
great
much,
people.
Yardism, for taking care of that.